Only rarely the Merlot develops a level of complexity and forcefulness, allowing it to stand alone as a monovarietal. That happens only when this grape encounters a specific terroir, allowing it to transcend its varietal character, giving to the wine an unmistakably forceful expressiveness. Without any doubt, the Masseto Hill is one of those superb terroirs, where Merlot and clay-rich soils consummate a perfect marriage. As a matter of fact, just a few years after the establishment of Tenuta Redondellaia, with the 1987 vintage, we realized what a distinctive wine the Masseto Hill was giving us, and thus decided to bottle it separately as a cru. Masseto is a hill whose vineyards present different characteristics, according to their position on the slope. There is not in fact just one Masseto, but actually 3 Massetos, with 3 areas, each distinct from the others. The central area, which has the highest percentage of Pliocene clay, this terroir's very signature, is without any doubt the most important part. Masseto's very soul and spine. Masseto Centrale yields wines of great concentration and power, with imposing tannic structure. The topmost area, Masseto Alto, shows shallower soils, sandy and quite rocky, and its grapes are often the first to be picked, particularly in hotter years. Its wine is less opulent, more linear, but dense. The lowest section of the hill is known as Masseto Junior. It was planted 10 years later in clay, sandy soils. The wines it yields are the lightest and by themselves somewhat featureless, but they're very effective in smoothing out the tannic roughness in the other wines and contribute substantially to the delicacy of the fabric. All 3 blocks of the Masseto vineyard are being harvested separately. In some seasons, there are even significant differences within the 3 areas, variations we can perceive in the character and quality of the grapes. 2 and even 3 weeks can pass between the first cluster to be picked and the last. Thus, we receive between 3 and 6 base wines, which are then vinified and aged separately. Masseto's exceptional richness also requires an exceptional treatment in order just to get the right maturity of tannins, which should be dense and powerful, but at the same time velvety and caressing. This is achieved by aging for 24 months in French oak barrels new to 100%, with fine-grained oak rigorously selected and aged between 3 and 5 years. Not all of the base wines are worthy of going into Masseto, and in some years these are discarded. At times a wine is totally or partially discarded, not simply for quality reasons, but because it is unable to coexist harmoniously with the other wines. Fining is only rarely necessary, since after such a lengthy barrel aging, we often achieve the perfect sensory balance. After a further aging in the bottle of 12 months, full 3 years after harvest, the wine is finally ready to be released.